Obviously going through his protocols and stuff and that, and he's going alright. Chat to him earlier before we trained this morning and stuff and that, so yeah, I think he's just trying to tick the boxes, do everything that's needed of him, and hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll be alright for Saturday.
He looked in a fairly bad way when he came off. Is that affecting the level of contact he's able to take for the next few days?
Yeah, obviously you've got to go through his protocols with the medical staff and stuff, so yeah, they'll obviously look after him initially, and he's got to do certain types of things and he'll do them, and as I said, hopefully he'll tick the boxes and hopefully be available for Saturday. But as you said, it was a heavy fall on Saturday, but you know, that's part and parcel of the game, and just got to crack on and hopefully he'll be right.
Bad news about Justin Tipuric and Jake Ball confirmed this morning?
Yeah, without doubt, both fantastic players. Jake, I think, has been growing for us over the last couple of years. Tips, as we know, is a world-class player. So yeah, it's not ideal, obviously, but again, it gives other players an opportunity to step up and hopefully perform like them boys can. You know, but again, I think obviously Tips is hopefully only a short-term one, but Jake obviously is a long-term one, and you know, so but you know, look, it is what it is, and it's a game, it's rugby stuff. Uncompromising, and we do get injuries, and obviously we've had a few on Saturday again.
So would Justin have a chance of playing for the Ospreys in Europe, do you think?
I'm not too sure. Again, you'll ask the medal team stuff and that, so I'm not too sure how long he's out for. I don't think is, you know, a huge amount of time, but how long, I'm not too sure.
Scott Williams had a knock before he came off. How is he looking?
Yeah, Scott, he trained this morning and stuff and that, so I think a lot of the boys, if I'm honest, we all trained this morning, most of them anyway, still a little bit sore. Tough game Saturday, obviously a little bit banged up, but again, as I said, the game at this level is just like that, and anytime you play the All Blacks, it doesn't take 1 or 2 days, it takes probably 3 or 4 days to recover and get yourself right for the next game. So you know, the boys' recovery yesterday and a little bit of walkthrough, trained this morning, probably still a bit fatigued and a bit beaten up, but hopefully will freshen themselves up now over the next couple of days, ready to go on Thursday, and obviously look forward to Saturday.
What's the situation with the English-based players? Which of them is still with you?
Toby and Scott Andrews.
There was some suggestion last week that Jamie Roberts might be available. That's not proved to be the case?
No, he wasn't there this morning, so...
Where does that leave you in terms of numbers then?
Well, obviously we're a little bit down, but again, you know, it's an opportunity for other guys as well, isn't it? You know, as I said, you know, Hadley's there, Owen Watkins there, so obviously Scott, you know, the same back three. So yeah, we got players. You know, Reece Patchell's obviously there and training and stuff. So you know, we got plenty left and plenty of players. So not as many as we had at the start, but as I said, you know, it tends to happen when you go through campaigns, doesn't it? Like the autumn and the Six Nations, you do get a few injuries and stuff like that, and but again, it's an opportunity for other players to step up and hopefully you know, show what they're all about.
Have you called in anyone else to help with training, because you don't have huge numbers there?
Yeah, no, not at the minute. So again, look, we've been together now for it's pretty much 4 weeks and stuff, and as we're going into the 5th week, so most of the stuff that we want is in place. Yeah, you still got to keep working, still got to try and keep improving, and you know, no matter when you play, you tend to have a couple of things that don't quite go your way, and you always want to try and improve them and get them right for the following Saturday. So but yeah, no, I think we're okay to that regard at the minute.
An opportunity for Hadley Parkes then in the squad. He must be chomping at the bit by now.
Yeah, it's obviously, you know, difficult for Hadley not being able to be involved until the last game and stuff. But you know, again, as I said, he's been outstanding for the Scarlets, and he's been a great addition to the squad so far, and hopefully he'll be thereabouts for Saturday.
What about South Africa? What have you made of them on their tour so far? Yeah,
as you know, I think everyone knows. Obviously, they wouldn't have been happy with their performance in Dublin. Obviously, the game got away from them at the end, with the Islands scoring 20 odd points towards the end of the game. But you know, watching them play against New Zealand and then watching them play that game, you know, and they probably admit that as well, it's probably two different sides. But again, going to Paris and winning, you know, as we know, it's very tough to win in Paris, and they won there, and obviously a good performance against Italy. So look, South Africa are going to be strong, they're going to be tough. It's the end of their season. You know, we turned them over last year, and I'm sure they won't want that to happen to them again. But it's a massive game for us as well. It's a game that, you know, we really need to win, and we want to play well in.
They're in presumably better shape than they were last year when they lost to Italy before coming here.
Yeah, I know, and I don't know. Last year they obviously would have made a few changes to that game, and I don't think they didn't certainly make anywhere near as many as what they did on Saturday, and they made sure they'd done the job. So and rightly so. I think, you know, you can't take anyone lightly at Test football anymore, can you? It's, every game is a tough game, as we found out. So but you know, again, they'll be tough Saturdays, no doubt in that, and they got a few fantastic players.
And Scotland first up in the Six Nations. Scotland were extremely impressive against Australia, and indeed against New Zealand in defeat. How much does that add to the pressure on you to end the autumn and go into the Six Nations on a positive?
Yeah, we haven't even mentioned Scotland. You know, good luck to them. They've obviously had a good autumn and stuff and that. Like, but you know, our focus is on the games that we need to play in ourselves, and we're playing South Africa Saturday. You know, we need to end on a high for ourselves, and then we can look forward to Scotland come late January when we're in. You know, as I said, Scotland have been very impressive, but you know, I'd like to think we got a pretty good side ourselves, and you know, we look forward to that when it comes. But Saturday's the most important thing for us first.
And this week we've had the confirmation that Ross Moriarty is going to be joining the Dragons next season. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, I think it's excellent. Ross is a fantastic player. He was incredibly unlucky in the summer, you know, the first up game, and to get injured after that, and obviously missed the rest of the tour for the Lions. But he's a class act, Ross. He was outstanding in the Six Nations for us, and you know, it's great to see him back in Wales and playing for the Dragons next season. I think it's we want our best players back in Wales, and Ross is certainly one of them.
Nick mentioned Paddy Parks there. Obviously seen him play for Scars and know a bit of time with him in camp. What are the particular strengths that caught your eye with him over the last 2 years?
I think Adley's got quite a few strengths, hasn't he? I think one, he carries exceptionally well. Obviously defensively very good, and I think what the Scarlets have been doing certainly this season and maybe towards the end of last season, keeping ball in hand as well and putting people through holes and different things, and you know, I think he's got that subtlety to his game as well. So you know, he's been good in camp. He's been excellent. He's chatting to the players, going around chatting to the staff. I think he's been excellent for us, and you know, I'd like to think that you know, the way we're trying to play, and certainly the way the Scarlets have been playing, you know, is a big bonus for us really.
Do you see him as more of a 12 or a 13?
Yeah, I think a lot of players are interchangeable today, aren't they? But you know, I think he's a 12 at this moment in time. But again, I have no doubt Hadley could play in both positions if he needed to.
Well done. Neil, how tough has this week been so far for you with injuries? Guys going away. I mean, how difficult has it been as a coach and stuff?
Yeah, it's never easy when you lose, obviously, you know, and it's a big game, and as a game we had enough opportunities in on Saturday, and you know, sometimes the score gets blown out as well, and this happened to us on numerous occasions against the All Blacks. You know, 33-18 sounds like, you know, we were a fair way off it, but we weren't. We've had a look again this morning at the opportunities that we created, and maybe just one more pass would have done the damage and given us a few more points. And I think, you know, in today's game, we spoke about it at the start with Australia, I think they averaged something like 30 points a game. The All Blacks obviously average over more of that, so you know, for us is keep going the way we go, and we feel we're trying to play some good rugby, trying to play with ball in hand, trying to play to space constantly, and I think that's the key for us. It's not easy when you lose players for injury or going back to their respective clubs and after a defeat, but look, it's sport, it's test match football, and we got to get ourselves back up, and the boys will obviously enjoy their day off tomorrow and come back in Thursday fresh and ready to go, and another massive game for Saturday, game that we need to win.
Can I just ask one more on sports personality? The Lions guys missed out. You were on that tour. Is that a bit of a surprise, do you think, given the achievements they made?
Yeah, it's difficult, and I suppose, you know, we've drawn the series, which is a fantastic result in itself, but we didn't win it, so maybe that's why. But again, you know, I don't know, so you only have to ask them that. But I mean, look, in terms of a rugby perspective, I think it was a fantastic tour, and the boys did exceptionally well, and yeah, I'm sure some of them were disappointed to miss out. I have no doubt in that.
Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, cheers, guys.